The San Antonio Spurs won the draft. Not only did they get their guy at number 2 in Dylan Harper to form a three-headed monster in the backcourt with Harper, Stephon Castle, this year's Rookie of the Year, and De'Aaron Fox, a multi-time All-Star, but they also bring in Carter Bryant, who is a 6'9" wing with all kinds of potential to play now in the front court or on the wing, spacing the floor for Victor Wembenyama. And this Spurs front office continues to solidify their spot as one of the premier organizations in the league, continuing to go out and dominate drafts and steal offseason. But yeah, Carter Bryant was my pick of the draft. Hands down, not even close, was my favorite. He is a 6'8" wing from Arizona, weighs 215 pounds, has a 7-foot wingspan, and is a defensive specialist, but has a lot of potential on the offensive side of the ball. His rim protection is very good. This is pretty much teach tape right here on what you need to do. Caleb Love thinks it's going to be a little downstream, but his guy fakes him out, goes back door, so now Carter Bryant very quickly becomes the help guy, and he's able to rotate over and basically pin that against the rim. And then right here, just not giving up on the play, coming all the way across and give me that, and going the other way with it. He actually gets out and runs and gets a layup in transition on that as well. Now, his own ball defense is pretty solid as well. He can move his feet very well for a 6'8" guy. And right here, he's guarding the point guard. He gets a little caught up on this screen, so the screen navigation needs to be a little bit better. But as he's coming off, uses that link to get the deflection and then also be able to save it to himself. That is a phenomenal play. And then one-on-one with Nate Biddle. Nate Biddle is a big dude, a first-team all-conference type of guy, and he is just one-on-one with no help whatsoever. He brings it down low. Carter Bryant uses the active hands, takes it away. He can guard 1 through 5, and that's the versatility that the Spurs are so excited about. Offensively, now yes, he only averaged 6.5 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block per game. And you might be like, how is this guy your number 9 guy on your draft board? Well, he only played 19 minutes a game. Per 40 minutes, it was much better, averaging 4 stocks per game to go with 13.5 points and 8.5 rebounds. He also shot 46% from the field and 37% from 3 on 6 attempts per 40 minutes. His cutting is very good. These Arizona Wildcats guards were able to find him when he's cutting to the rim, and the Spurs guards will be able to do that as well because he's going to be playing with 3 point guards. This wasn't really a cut, but able to get to the rim and finish up top. He is a fantastic finisher at the rim. Nice little set play here for him to go backdoor against the zone. Watch Jaden Bradley screen the outside of the zone as they get the drop off to Vasar, and he's going to throw the lob, and his head is at the rim. Serious athleticism on Carter Bryant in the 3 ball. This is where scouts fell in love. This right here. Off the dribble, jab step, pull up 3. I know it's a late shot clock situation, but just drains it. Doesn't even hit the rim. In conference play, he shot 41% from 3 on 3.1 attempts per game, and that's a tough catch right there. He's got to catch it 1-2 and then go up with it. This one's in rhythm, simple catch and shoot, knocks it down. But this right here against Con Knipple, he knocks that one down. And then this was the toughest shot I've seen him hit from beyond the arc. Off the move, fading away with Cooper Flagg in your face. Watch him. He's going to circle out here. Flagg's guarding him. Flagg loses him for a second. He finds him in the corner, and then as Flagg is closing out, he's going to knock this down, fading away into his own bench. Really tough shot right there. But Carter Bryant and Dylan Harper, this combo right here absolutely wins the draft. I don't care what happens today in the second round. I don't care who ends up with Rasheer Fleming. This duo wins the draft. And Dylan Harper, who averaged almost 20 a game, 4.6 rebounds, and 4 assists last year at Rutgers, he's got potential to be the best player in this class. If something happens to Coop, he's going to be the best player in this class. 48% shooting from the field, 33% from 3, and he is absolutely elite navigating the pick and roll. Watch him right here, coming off this screen, attacking the big, going downhill. He's got a big frame at 6'6", 215 pounds. Reminds me of Cade Cunningham a lot, and getting downhill. He's really tough to stop, especially if you put a smaller guard on him. If you put a wing on him, he'll go right by him. Watch the little ghost screen here set by Ace. He's going to get right to the rim and finish over the smaller guard. And a lot of guards are going to be smaller than him. Maybe not in the NBA, but at the college level. Watch him split this screen and then stop on a dime and knock it down. He's going to snake off this pick and roll, get to his spot in the mid-range with that little lefty jumper, and knocks it down. And then here we go. Once again, straight up frying people at the top of the key. The screen screen's going to come late, and this defender needs to be where that X is. He's not, so Dylan Harper does what he does best and splits the screen, gets downhill, and ends up hanging from the rim. He is the best in this class at splitting the screen, so this time the defender knows that. He's going to overplay the split here off this in and out. He gets beat. He does a decent job recovering, but Dylan Harper's still going to get to his spot and finish with the right hand. So elite at splitting screens, and this time he's just going to refuse the screen, get right downhill, and finish with the left hand. He can finish with either hand, which makes him so much more effective getting downhill, and when he's got a one-on-one with the big, just go ahead and get the ball downhill and finishing at the rim. Now, what I worry about with him is he only shot 33% from 3 on 5.2 attempts last year, and you add that to a guard trio of Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox, because he's going to be getting spoon-fed. Right now, I think the starting lineup stays the same. I don't think you make any changes from draft night. I think it's still Fox, Castle. I know Spurs fans don't want to sell there next year, but Barnes and Wemby. And then this is what your bench is looking like. You trade Keldon or find a center somehow, and you're set. This is a playoff team. Now, I think the most underrated part of this whole San Antonio Spurs team is De'Aaron Fox, because he kind of underperformed when he arrived in San Antonio last year, averaging only 19.7 points a game, 6.8 assists, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, and shooting 44% from the field and just 27% from 3 on 6.4 attempts. This is a guy that's supposed to be a perennial all-star that you can pair with Wembenyama, and he kind of underperformed, but he did have some bad tendon damage in his left hand, which is his shooting hand. And we saw just a year ago when he was healthy, he averaged 26.5 points per game, 5.6 assists, 4.6 rebounds, and 2 steals, while shooting 47% from the field and 37% from 3 on 8 attempts. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If he can continue to shoot well from 3, that's going to take the Spurs team to a whole nother level. That was his career high just a year ago, so hopefully he can continue to build on that. And then as for a backup big, I've thought Luke Cornett would be good in San Antonio for the entirety of the offseason. 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan. I don't see why he wouldn't fit into this roster. He played very well in Boston this year in limited minutes. He played 18 a game. He averaged 6 points, 5.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and a block, and proved he could be a playoff performer. He was good for the Celtics in their playoff run, even though they got bounced in the second round because of injuries and stuff like that. Cornett was a shining, bright piece to their team this year, a really underrated piece, because coming into the season, we didn't think he was going to be part of their rotation, and then he was. He's a solid defender, and if you plug him in to this second unit here with Harper at the point, Champagnie and Carter Bryant on the wings, and then Sohan at the 4 with Cornett at the 5. I like that a lot. You got shooting with Bryant, Champagnie, defense with Sohan and Cornett, and then Dylan Harper running the show, and of course Victor Wembenyama. We haven't even talked about him, but he's going to take a leap. He's going to be a top 5 player on both ends of the ball next year after training over in China. Stephon Castle is going to be really good in year 2. This is just going to be a really good Spurs team, and yeah, they won the draft. Adding Carter Bryant to this squad, who is a little bit of a developmental piece, but can be really good. He played off the ball last year at Arizona. And then Dylan Harper as well, second best player in this class. But yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to the like button. Leave me a comment down below and that subscribe button if you did enjoy it at any point. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.